Hi guys, Indie May here. Welcome back to the channel. So I'm going to go ahead and do a end of the year declutter. Only some of my makeup sections will be shown in this because I know I'm not decluttering out of certain areas of my collection. I will be doing an inventory video. I'm not sure how I'm going to set that one up, but we're going to start with blushes, as you can see. Okay, and here are my blushes. Now, all of this is not going into 2019 with me, just because I have done a lot of swatching. I was watching Too Much Tosh do her declutter. I was watching Jen from Glam Moms do her declutter. And I don't know, I feel like when you're decluttering your collection and you're getting rid of things, you kind of go through stages. Like at one point, you're ready to get rid of something. At another point, you're really not ready to get rid of it. And you may be ready to get rid of it down the line. And I feel like that has been something like with my blushes. A lot of my blush colors are the same or very similar, and I've just justified them and I really love them. Now, I will say that the blushes that I'm going to be decluttering, there's nothing wrong with them as far as their formula goes, I feel, except for one. I really like them. I really like the colors, but I don't need this many blush, period. So for my swatching, I did I kind of swatched through everything, made sure that I liked the way they were swatching, and I also compared colors and kind of textures. So for some of the comparisons that I did, I have this one by Physicians Formula that's this really pretty purpley pink, and then I have this baby doll pink one here. And then was there another one? Maybe it was just those two that I was comparing, but just making sure that they were different enough kind of comparisons. And then I was comparing things like this one is always so hard to open by Ciate. So I started comparing some of my shimmery blushes. Are they really, different enough for me to keep? And really comparing those colors. So I just kind of went through all of that. And I mean, I did this separate from when I did my lipsticks and palettes, thank God, because my arm was hurting after I swatched everything. And I really compared colors. Now, I will say one that I thought I would declutter would be my Tarte, but what happened, I know you guys know, I had a nice chunk of pan going on my Too Faced blush, but then I dropped it. This is a recurring theme for me to just drop my shit and shatter it. So I dropped this one. By the way, it's really hard to press blush back into a pan that's shaped like a heart because you don't have anything else that's shaped like a heart. So this was a pain in the ass to repress, but because I was repressing this, I was like, you know what I'm gonna do? Because I feel like I have to dig my brush into Exposed by Tarte, and I'm over it. I don't want to do that anymore. I was actually considering decluttering this one, but I was like, no, if I repress this, it'll be soft enough for me to use and be pigmented. So I did do the work. It was not fun. It was very tedious, but I did repress this one, and it swatches. I mean, I'll even show you. Just swirl around. It swatches so much better than what it did. I don't know if you're seeing it as well as I am, but for me, that is pigmented. I would have had to have built this up before, and I really like this color. So it is actually staying. A new one that I have is Prim. This came out of the makeup, good Lord, the traveling makeup. I tried to cover up a mirror and there's not one of these, but I've tried this one out and I actually like it as well too. So one of the ones that I will be getting rid of and decluttering is one that I got during one of the 21 Days of Beauty sales. I really like my Pink Grapefruit by Laura Geller, and I ended up getting Sunswept. I swatched this in store. So I don't know what I was thinking or what was happening or what, but this is just too much for me. I'm honestly not going to use that. It's too shimmery. I don't know what I was thinking, but this one is going. Another one that there were certain ones that I was really comparing. So Essence Silky Touch blush in Baby Doll is a lot like Baby Love by Too Faced. There's no point in me keeping both because I worked on this all year and it's still basically a whole blush. So that one is going. This Essence Blush Up, I have kept this because I'm like, no, one day I'm going to do a bright color. It's going to be awesome. And I haven't. I literally hadn't touched this since the last declutter, so it needs to go. I'm not going to use it anytime soon. One that I'm actually getting rid of because it's a little too dark for my preference is Mellow Wine by Wet n Wild. It is a gorgeous color. Like, I have no qualms with it. It's just a little too much for me. I honestly think this would work beautifully on someone with a darker skin tone than me, but that one's just going. The Flower Beauty is a lot like my Tarte one, so there's no point in keeping it. This one, this is Peach Bellini, right? Yeah, Peach Bellini by Model Co. This is so gorgeous, but it's a little too much for me. Like, it has a lot of sheen. It is kind of got that golden, like, glitter that's in it. And I haven't wore it a single time. Like, I always keep it because it's always just so beautiful. And the formula is really, really nice, but it's not something that I wear, so it just needs to go. Another one that's going that was really hard for me to do is the Satin Love Satin Touch Blush. Now, it doesn't look like I've used this because I know the camera will pick up like the detail, but this is all smooth in the middle. So I've used this one a bit. I really like this one. I don't need that many blushes. I've come to realize. Now, the one that I have mixed feelings on, this one just hasn't been swatching great. Like, I don't know. I know these are older, but, oh, and of course now it swatches decently. But when we blend it out, it's blending to nothing on me. Part of me wants to repress it. I don't know why my hands are like so hot. It's like fogging up the packaging. I don't know. I may end up keeping this one just a little while longer because I do like it and I use it a lot. I just feel like, I don't know. I'm going to keep this one just because I feel kind of torn about it. So that's that. No, you know what? I'm not going to do it. We're getting rid of that one. So I am decluttering a total of 8 blushes, right? Yes, 8 blushes and keeping 12 to go into 2019 with.